Volunteering. A lot of schools like to see a pattern of community involvement, that you care about something more than yourself and your grades, right? You care about, doesn't have to be medicine. You don't have to like feed homeless people. You don't have to do mission trips. You could pet dogs and walk dogs like I did for like 1,000 hours. It doesn't matter as long as you care about something, right? So you could do that. Do all schools require a certain number of hours? No. All schools do want a commitment to the community, but some schools legitimately have like 100, 200 hours minimum volunteer. So when you're perusing their websites, definitely check that. And if you don't have that, definitely be sure to apply to programs that you do qualify for. Long history, again, volunteering just means you have to do some. Please have something that you care about outside of school. But does it have to be a lot of hours unless your school requires it? Not necessarily. Any questions thus far? Yes.
For volunteering, you needed some, like, would they prefer to see that you did it recently, or could you add up, like, something that you've done in high school for now?
Yeah, I mean, if you volunteered when you were 6 years old, put that in there, because that's technically.
It counts.
Yeah, if you volunteered at any point throughout your life, put it in there.
Okay.
They might be like, okay, this was literally 20 years ago, what's happening here? But it technically counts.
Okay.
If somehow as a 6-year-old you were working at a primary care office and you were taking blood pressure, that's PCE, right? So I don't see why it wouldn't count. It might be illegal, but it should count. So where are we? Stats, compare, long history. Were we talking about volunteering? Or what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so this literally just says long history of volunteer work. So would it look better, let's say you're admissions, right? And you're saying like, I want someone who cares about the community. Would it look better to you to have someone who did like Habitat for Humanity and blood drives in high school, and then all through college they were doing stuff consistently? Or someone who like last minute in freaking February and March, the year they applied, really, really quickly went and like fed a bunch of homeless people? Like who genuinely cares about this stuff and who kind of doesn't? That being said, if you don't have a single volunteer hour, go feed some homeless people, right? Go do something. But, just get some hours. And then like, it's also understandable if you're working your way through school, you need money. You're like trying to graduate early, like not everybody has volunteer hours. Everybody's different. Don't feel like just because something on this list of stats isn't exactly what you have does not mean that it's hopeless. It just means this is the average, okay? You might be stellar in some other way, or you might not be right now, but you will be. So again, don't worry, but this is just kind of the stuff to focus on. These are the people that do get it. Yes.
I was just gonna ask, for volunteer work, like, do they look that you have like a volunteer opportunity that's like steady, or like does it not really matter? Like I could volunteer here, 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 and here, or do they want something like I go every Friday to wherever? Like
case by case. If you're lucky enough to have every Friday free, where you don't have to work, or you don't have to take care of a sick relative, or you don't have like a lab, yeah, maybe you'd be able to do that. But is that required? Would it be fair to make that a requirement? No. It's just whatever you can do. Right? Like when I was getting my volunteer work, I was literally in the military, right? So if I like have to go stand watch, or if I have to go do something, they're not going to be like, oh wait, why weren't you volunteering on Thursday? Like, I don't know, I was serving my nation. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I still got it. So it really doesn't matter as long as you just kind of show that you care consistently. Even like once a month, you want to go do something.
okay,
It's not like, don't read into it too much.
okay.
Right? It doesn't have to be that consistent. Yeah.
I know you kind of talked about this, like, would somebody who volunteered in like a medical area be like more above someone who did like animals or something else?
I don't think so. As someone that cares about animals, probably not. No, Habitat for Humanity, it doesn't matter. Like, what I really would like you guys to get away from on the whole volunteer front and just on the whole application is less on what's competitive and what looks good, and just more what you care about, right? Like, let's say you finally make it to the interview and they ask you about, okay, so I saw you like were walking dogs, and you'd be like, yeah, it was good. I walked them. Or like they ask someone like me, and I'm like, oh yeah, man, like their tails were wagging like every time they came in, and they rub their belly. Like someone like visibly cares about what they do, right? So just do what you want to do, as long as it's volunteer. Yeah. Just again, do what you want to do. Just pretend you're already at the interview process, and it's just something that you will talk about passionately because it's what you genuinely care about. That's how you choose things. And again, just a reminder, programs have weird little requirements. Some really care about volunteers, some really care about shadowing. Read their website where it says admissions requirements. Read where it says all the requirements go all the way down to the bottom. Make sure you're not missing anything, because if they require 100 volunteer and you don't have it, doesn't matter how high your GPA is, boom, you're not looked at because you don't meet the requirements. So make sure you're thorough.